Alright, ready?
Kayfabe Gimmicks! You know where to find us on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Fiction Entertainment, brother. YouTube. Fiction Entertainment, brother. YouTube.
Fucking #1 Kayfabe Gimmicks podcast ever.
How are you looking for?
Put words in the wrong place.
Are you recording all this, dude? The best wrestling podcast that's always been.
What you gonna do, brother, when the beast starts talking about wrestling and drinking whiskey and it's all crazy up in here?
Alex, how weird do you think things could get?
Weird enough that I could come in your mama's pussy.
It's gonna be Kayfabe Gimmick weird, motherfucker, because I'm Snoova. I got Rough Lee here, and I got the Beast himself.
Fuck off.
How y'all doing?
That was manly all of a sudden there from Rough Lee. I'm a little worried.
Apparently he finally had his balls drop.
Did anybody watch Raw?
Yeah.
I saw the back half. I saw the back 9 of it.
Well, I mean that's important. That's important enough. Let's start with a quick Raw discussion, I guess. Anything you want to bring up about it, Alex?
I laugh at the fact that despite Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns both being in the building, they had zero interaction with each other besides a video package.
And them just standing there watching it?
Well, no, they didn't even, they weren't even in the ring together, which made me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Because, 3 weeks before Mania, we don't need any confrontation or any build-up to the match.
It was really weird.
It's already going to be a shit show, and they're not making it any better.
Look, I don't feel that way, man. I feel like Reigns has done a lot of impressive work lately.
It doesn't change the fact that there's no story to this match.
We don't need any story because we got Paul Heyman going. Lesnar.
Heyman came out and shit all over Reigns' family, and Reigns didn't even show up. And I was like, okay, I guess Roman's just not here tonight. And then Roman was in the main event for 2 minutes.
The thing about it was, I think they were not really trying to focus on Reigns. They've been pushing Reigns like a motherfucker. And I think to some extent or another, they've successfully done what they needed to do. They've shown him using a few more moves. They've shown him to be an utter beast. Just like you. And more importantly, while they haven't necessarily made him a better character, they have made him a
forgettable person?
More relatable person because you think about his family when you think about him now.
I don't think about his family, though.
Well, neither was anybody else, but they're hoping the casual fans think, oh man, that's The Rock's cousin. Oh man, Rikishi, the Usos, they're all related.
Yeah, and the Usos had to eat one on Monday too, so.
Well, that's just a part of it. See. The weird thing about it all is they don't want you to think about Roman Reigns. He's related to Umaga. He's related to Rosie. That dude was the shit.
He was.
And they don't mean shit in a positive term there. But, when you're a superhero in training, things happen, I guess. Mixed feelings and all about it. For everything that... what the best thing that ever came of that family is The Rock, right?
Nah, man, Rikishi and that stink
Rikishi.
face.
It's a joke.
Bro, but that ass.
It's a bad joke. Nobody really... Was anybody really a Rikishi fan? Rikishi wasn't even the best part of Too Cool.
But that ass.
Scotty Too Hottie was the best part of Too Cool.
Oh, well, that's obvious. I don't give a fuck how stupid the worm might have been as a finishing move. I'll still mark out for that.
Best Rikishi story is the fact that he had special thongs that he never washed that he kept in a Ziploc bag for people who pissed him off. And Trish Stratus got the wrong end of it once.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So things that stuck out to me about really good about Raw. The Intercontinental picture is looking interestingly, at least. It's been must-watch TV. The Rusev thing...
Best thing to do the second generation, since you're never going to give them the top of the card.
The Rusev thing's been fun still. But, at the same time, as fun as it's been, Cena and that goddamn STFU. It's terrible. Right?
It looked pretty solid today.
And, the second or third time? The time when he's like laying down and Rusev's kind of like laying on his side. And he
It was okay. It was still better than most of them.
That's like saying, yay, man, 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100.
Hey, man, it happens.
It's shit odds. If we're going to talk real talk, let's go ahead. Ruff, do you have anything you want to say about Raw?
Nah, that's about it. Other than the fact that, you know, the real beast on Raw is the guy who cuts the best promos, so...
I don't even know about that. The real beast on Raw was Orton. That was solid fucking Orton.
That's what we got to talk about. Even if you're tossing a guy into a padded office chair, you're tossing him a good, 6-8 feet over the table?
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't think padded office chairs actually help much in the fall.
Not in that kind of toss.
This last Raw was actually the only really enjoyable part to me was Orton stomping the fuck out of Rollins.
And I mean, am I wrong to think that this is the most enjoyable Orton's been since he was punting the McMahon family?
Absolutely.
I wish he would have punted Seth.
I wish he would have punted Seth too. That was a great finisher.
If we can have the punt versus the curb stomp.
Yeah, it'd be great.
And it's a matter of whose head gets smashed first.
You know, in news though, Stardust has been tossed into the 6-man ladder match.
Sigh.
There are rumors there's rumors it's going to be an 8-man match. We're going to add in both Daniel Bryan and Goldust, but
Daniel Bryan's confirmed now.
Is he confirmed too? Because the SmackDown does not confirm it. SmackDown does not put him in it.
I'm pretty sure it's confirmed at this point.
The thing about SmackDown is that SmackDown got taped, and at the exact same moment, WWE released a news story on their website saying Stardust was in the match.
I mean, he might as well just be in it.
Gotta use your mic, man.
So we have a special guest who just kind of interrupted.
Oh. Sorry.
Her name is Tiana. She came
Hello,
to talk
everyone.
to us about the most important thing I'm going to say that happened at Raw. And it's not necessarily a good important or a bad important, but we had the closest to Undertaker being in Raw that we've ever had.
Well,
in a year.
In a year.
Alex, tell me what you were feeling when Taker's music hit.
I was kind of salty he wasn't actually there. Not gonna lie.
Were you marking out thinking he was going to be there?
I was getting pretty hyped thinking he was going to come down.
I was too. I'm not going to lie to you. I was very hyped the fuck up. I was like, oh god, is he actually going to show up?
I'm officially in the boat now, though, after that he's definitely not going to show up till WrestleMania.
Yes. Ruff?
You know, it was disappointing. It wasn't disappointing that he didn't show. It was disappointing that there was I didn't feel a single bit of conviction behind the soundbite they even used.
I really felt like that was pre-recorded.
Yeah,
it was pre-recorded, but it's like there wasn't any heart behind it.
No, I mean like pre-recorded like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like that was an old piece of audio.
Hi, I think Money Mercer's here.
This is embarrassing.
What's the big problem?
Oh God.
Who's he talking to?
The world. He's Money Mercer. Just go with it.
We will. Money Mercer's in the corner right now.
You're ruining their edit, bro. You need to hurry up.
I'm in.
He's in?
Like the hacker. I'm in.
Money Mercy's in. He's all the way.
I'm on my way.
Yo, I can't even hear him.
You're really quiet right now, Mercy. You should go to a quiet place and talk a little louder.
And get close to the mic.
Get
Todd,
real close to the mic.
Ooh.
Todd, you're going to have to edit this shit, bro. You know you are going to.
Yeah, this is yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hey, man, you did it to yourself.
I might be willing to leave this. You guys know me too well. And I
Nah,
find
man.
this hilariously bad.
That's frightening.
You gonna pass it off to Matt?
I would never pass. Oh my god.
Oh man.
He can't say he's never been on a podcast now. The immortal Money Mercer did show up.
I'm in.
He's in.
I guess
I'm in.
so.
Hi. But you're not responding to anybody talking to you.
What?
Hi.
What?
What? I'm on your podcast. What?
I'm on the podcast.
Yes, he's here.
Finally.
All right. Now, we're not even going to talk to you right now, Mercer.
Get fucked.
We're not talking to you, Mercer. We're talking to your sister, Tiana.
Hello.
How did you feel about the Undertaker sequence?
To me, I know they're gonna hold the Undertaker back. They're not gonna. I don't think he's gonna show until WrestleMania, and I can understand why they would think that is a good idea. I don't personally agree with that. I'm not sure what the other gentleman's name is, but the soundbite didn't have any conviction in it at all, and I'm not a huge fan of the build-up currently between Bray and Undertaker. I thought it could have been better.
Push notification.
Okay.
That just happened. I
I think it could have been better. I mean, I like it. I like the way it's going. I do like that they are going to meet. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. You know.
It shouldn't end. It has to be a buried alive match.
Oh
It has
God.
to be.
That's where you're going with this? You want a Bray Wyatt versus Taker in a Buried Alive
Has
match?
to be.
I would watch a Buried Alive match. I'm going to be honest with you.
It can't be anything else.
Well, I mean, Mercer, since you're
Gotta
here, how do you feel about Bray versus Taker as a match?
As a match, you talking about if it's going to be good or not?
Yes.
I don't think Taker should even be in the ring right now. Let's be honest.
Boy.
I mean, he's not the first person to say that.
I mean, the way he came out of WrestleMania with Brock. Come on, give it up, dude.
All right. For a little bit of reintroductions, Ruff, say hi so everybody knows your voice.
How you doing, peeps?
That's Ruff. We have Alex.
Yo.
He's bitched it. I went there. What I really want to get into is, of course, is the infamous Undertaker tears. Where were you during WrestleMania when Undertaker lost, and how did you take it? And we're going to start with Mercer, since he seems the most retarded of us.
I was actually at WrestleMania.
You were at Mania.
To hear a rat piss on cotton, I'll tell you that right now. And it was definitely a surprise. Did Brock Lesnar deserve it? I have no idea, but you got to think they wanted to make sure that it was a big name and a tough person that actually seems believable to be taken. Who else could really get the job done that actually be believable? If you think about it.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I would have rather he lost the streak to Bray, if anything.
I mean, yeah, Bray was a perfect fit, but man, did you give that to Bray Wyatt? Right then?
I don't know. Thoughts from the group? Alex, could Bray have taken this last year and been able to do wonders with it right now?
Probably not. I would say they probably should have had Taker win again last year if they wanted Bray to beat him.
Yep.
Just throw somebody down the gauntlet at him. It didn't really matter who.
It didn't, but, I mean, do you feel like Bray would have been a good choice to eventually take over the streak?
I mean, that was who I thought should have done it in the first place.
Okay.
I think he should have won whoever he went. Like, say they finally let Cena and the Undertaker go, and I mean, that would have been believable for the streak to end. Taker wins. Let Bray beat whoever, and just let Bray keep winning at WrestleMania for a while. Like he stole Undertaker's magic.
I could see that. Tiana, did your brother take you to WrestleMania?
Take me to WrestleMania. Actually took him to WrestleMania.
Oh, so you were there too.
Well, actually, I'm joking. It was a road trip. I was there. He was right. Everyone was pretty shocked. I know they had this one reaction shot from this dude. That's how everyone was reacting when Taker got pinned. Do I think Brock Lesnar deserved the pin? Yes and no. I think that Bray could have used the rub more and kind of consumed the powers of the Undertaker and kind of taken on his role as the, I guess, new phenom or whatever.
Mysterious force.
So if they do something like that where he kind of absorbs his powers, I think that would be cool. I would buy into that. I think that their match at WrestleMania is going to be more theatrics than wrestling because the Undertaker, I was there live watching the actual match, and it was not, I know people probably, not, this is an unpopular opinion, but it was not a very good match, in my opinion. And the Undertaker's age was starting to show. So, I'm not sure if this match is going to be excellent, but I think the theatrics around it, if they involve some theatrics, I think it'll be good, in my opinion.
Okay.
Bray's good with theatrics.
Thanks, Mercer. Ruff, thoughts on this?
It's easy to say that Bray wouldn't have been ready last year, but we're happy to be running the current storyline with the World Championship this year. And even though he's looking stronger, I still feel like Bray would have been a better sell. They should have had another sacrificial lamb last year. I understand that you want to make the most of your money if you're going to have a Brock Lesnar on your team. But by the same token, I watched WrestleMania from my favorite place to watch it, which is a sports bar with 65 screens and full house. And everybody's looking inside of the place where I watched it was just like it was at the arena, because we honestly can't buy the idea that he lost it to Lesnar. It's just really, it was a hard sell. Lesnar's made up for it since by the matches that he has done.
We're definitely going to get into that. Here. But I see where you're coming from. Alex, where did you watch WrestleMania?
I watched this last year's WrestleMania in the desert, bro, so.
As part of, just their free military stuff, or, with the network?
No, on AFN.
So you guys were all clustered around watching?
No, I was at work. I had, a 16-inch TV in my office.
So you were literally by yourself in a little room going, oh my fucking god, this is happening.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I had to rewatch it whenever I got off work torrented it because Haji Internet blocks WWE.com. Most of it, the network and stuff, you couldn't use.
Yeah.
And then I proceeded to watch it again just to make sure what I had seen wasn't edited in some way.
Here at Kayfabe Gimmicks, you can find us on Facebook. We do not condone torrenting. Bad, Alex.
But I do.
Oh, so, did you feel bad about it? I think we all felt pretty miserable when this happened.
My childhood died a little bit.
I understand, but here we are. It's almost a year later. And as Ruff has already stated, we have the immortal, the amazing Paul Heyman. I don't know how to describe the man sometimes. He can be fabulous on the mic. And the 21-1 has become quite a statement in just how powerful he is. And I feel Brock is very viable as one of the most dominant forces to ever exist in the WWE, even knowing his health problems. Would you guys agree? Let's start with Tiana.
Oh, Brock Lesnar. I'm all Brock Lesnar. I think he's I just think he's fantastic. He's got that aggression that a lot of the current roster is missing, in my opinion. I buy into his matches, even if it's just several German suplexes in a row. I'm at the edge of my seat every time I watch one of the matches he's involved in. I was a huge fan when he first debuted. You can ask Terrence that is just true. And I think he's great. I think he's a great talent, and I wish he would stick around. I hope that he does stick around. I hope he beats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, even though it might not happen. But yeah, I'm Team Brock all the way.
So I mean, as much as you were against it by now, you're down with it.
As far as him beating the Undertaker, like I said, I'm split. I think that if anyone could defeat the Undertaker, it would have to be someone along the caliber of Brock Lesnar. So yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see him stick around. I think that he is a heavy force in the roster right now, and if anyone took down the Undertaker, I think Brock Lesnar is probably one of the top 5 to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ruff, how did you feel about it all? Somebody turn down that TV.
I mean, it was hard for me when it happened, but like I said, Brock has looked really strong since. And, you know, you have to back it up with what you do in the ring. And you can't deny the mantra on the shirt: eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. You believe it.
I can't, but I mean, I hated, and I mean absolutely hated, the John Cena match where he just suplexed him like 17 times. That is the
really?
only time. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, that does not seem like a dominant win to me.
It was kind of.
How did you not see that as a dominant win? He beat the shit out of Cena on repeat.
Exactly.
Like
over and over.
Listen, man. I'm gonna put this into really equatable terms for you, Todd. Remember whenever we played Smash Bros. And you just got shit on repeat? That's like what Lesnar did to Cena. It was like just getting dropped with like 5 Falcon punches in a row.
Look. It's really simple to me, right? In that match, you literally watched John Cena lay there the entire time while Brock Lesnar gets red in the fucking face, red in the chest, red in the arms. He's sweating like he's fucking sick as shit. He's got the stomach flu and he's got to go shit his brains out. And Cena just looks totally fucking calm. He doesn't look hurt. He doesn't... nothing. He's just laying there.
Yeah,
He's
but
taking a nap.
see, man, that's the thing, though. Lesnar is an extreme... I'm on a legitimate stance. Lesnar is an extremely pale human being. Upon exercise, a.k.a. lifting Cena probably almost dead weight 18 times like that, he's obviously going to get a good bit of blood running around.
I mean, I know, but... you know, I just didn't buy into the Cena got hurt during that match, if that makes sense.
Well, that goes along with John Cena doesn't sell very well.
I mean, I don't think we can deny that. I have mixed feelings.
I mean, he was limping a little bit, though, and holding his side, so maybe that counts.
Let's talk to Mercer. Mercer, how did you feel about him defeating Brock? How do you feel about Brock Lesnar by now with this?
With the having a belt and all that?
With having defeated Taker and how he's ran it.
I mean, what other guy could do it? You know? I mean, if it needed to be done, what other guy could do it?
I mean, I really wanted to go the supernatural route. I would have much rather given it to Bray and keep the supernatural gimmick heavy in the WWE.
But, I mean, aren't we kind of trying to get away from those times? Like, I mean, this is a new era. I mean, the Undertaker character as we all love, is kind of stale. I mean, he's the last of a dying breed almost. Guys like him and Triple H and all them, well, Triple H probably stay forever. But when those guys finally just give up, Kane, Big Show, it's gonna be a complete new era. Bray Wyatt can take on that type of character, but not to that extent to where he has powers. That's a little too much now for this era.
I mean, really, we had a child appear out of nowhere during a cage match.
And that was ridiculous.
No, that was one of my mark-out moments.
Stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to interrupt him there, but Bray has already shown that he has like supernatural powers, so it's
a little too far with it.
So you want it to be a reality TV show?
Oh, I want it to be a little more realistic. I mean,
Stay close to your mic, buddy.
Not trying to say it's not realistic, but I mean, we don't need that much of a theatric from Bray Wyatt. We don't need all that. Bray Wyatt is Bray Wyatt. We don't need the thunder and smoke and all that. We don't need it. Not in this era, not in this time.
Rough, Alex, in that order. Thoughts on Bray being supernatural?
Rough, he said you first, bitch.
I know. It's a hard sell for me because I like him better as a cult leader, and you don't need theatrics to be a cult leader. You're already following the buzzards.
Thank you.
I mean, look, as fun as the cult leader thing was, its best moments were when the entire crowd is singing and with the little children. You need some mystical sense of why these people follow you. And he's not a cult leader in the sense of Jim Jones or whatever it is with Kool-Aid. He's the cult leader in a supernatural sense. You don't really know why the dude with the lamb for a mask follows his ass, but you're like, okay. He believes in Bray Wyatt's message.
The only way I can buy into it is if you're going to give some credence to the whole swamp kind of background to him.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, Bray Wyatt's cult is way different than the Straight Edge Society cult.
That's
way
for
different.
Sure.
It's way more supernatural right off the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk ran the Jim Jones character. They drank the Kool-Aid. They shaved their heads. They were there.
They were there.
They were there.
They were there, man.
Alex, how do you feel about Bray being supernatural?
I mean, it's interesting, and it definitely fits his character better than just saying that he's some crazy guy that people, for some reason, believe in. Honestly, the whole situation with the rocking chair is just fun for me, too.
I really like the rocking chair. I hated the pyro box being so noticeable.
Oh, my
How about
God.
the lamp? Get rid of the lamp and get the real one.
That was
Like,
terrible.
They should have done something different with that gimmick, like that moment.
Yeah, or not zoomed in at that exact angle. Like, come the fuck on, bro. How are you not going to know the pyro box is right there?
Alright, moving onwards. Mercer, favorite Taker moment ever. Go for it.
Favorite Taker moment. Shit. Does American Badass count?
oh my god.
Maybe.
Keep rolling.
Who didn't like American Badass, though? Come on. I actually thought he was going to bring that back out before he finally got done, but he never did. He never did.
So your favorite Taker moments are when he's on a bike being a badass.
My favorite Taker moment, let me think. I gotta think hard because I never really was a real big Taker fan. See, I was into High Flyers. Jeff Hardy, all those guys. Yeah, those were my guys. Favorite Taker moment. Let's see.
Oh my god, mute your TV while you're at it, damn it.
Trying to think. Because I just really wasn't a big fan of Taker.
Alright, we're gonna come back to you. Tiana, favorite Taker moment. Go for it.
Favorite Taker moment? I'd have to be when he did the whole dark wedding with Stephanie McMahon. Love it. Sorry, love it. I think that's one of the ultimate. Like I loved. I guess you could consider that the Attitude Era, of course. I love the whole Ministry of Darkness thing, and yeah, that's one of my favorite moments of the Undertaker. I have to say that.
Alex, you started laughing. Go ahead, give us your favorite Taker moment.
Oh no, I was just enjoying her moment. Man, just his whole career is just so good. I don't know. I can't pick one. I don't want to. I don't want to pick just one. You can't make me. I don't want to.
I'm trying to make you.
I don't want to. Can I pick 10?
Sure.
I'm not going to pick 10. That's too long for me to talk. Rough you up.
Hell. Fake Taker was a cool moment for me when I was young.
Oh, really?
It really was, because I was really young. So Attitude Era, when I was a shorty, then that just gives me a lot more room to have fun with that kind of thing. I got older, and I actually liked the way that he came back to the dark side. The way that they made it work was a smart planning, because the reason the Badass ended was because of the Buried Alive match with Vince. And even though that wasn't a great match, having Kane come out and be the reason why he gets buried alive and you don't see him until he's the dead man again was a good way to turn the story back around.
That's very true.
Question number
Mercer,
one.
do you have one, Mercer?
No, I'm talking about. Look how he came back as the Dark Taker. Wouldn't it be suitable for him to leave in a Buried Alive match? Oh man, that would be beautiful. Beautiful. Bray Wyatt.
Mercer is stuck on this Buried Alive match.
Think about it. Bray Wyatt, Arian, Undertaker. For good. It's over. No more Taker. You can't get no better.
Yeah, but at the same time, you bury the streak and everything that it stood for. If he loses,
the streak's already dead at this
Yeah,
point.
I still stand by my statement. If Taker loses 2 years in a row, then 21-0 meant absolutely nothing.
True.
All you're
It's
doing
sad
is,
because Bray. I'm with you. Bray's got to lose, because
yeah,
that way you can say the one man to do the job was Brock Lesnar, and that's how you seal Lesnar's legacy.
How
Exactly.
is Taker finally done? How's he
There's-
finally dead?
See, here's the problem. With him coming back this year, they don't have a way for him to finally be done anymore. If he would have lost last year and just never came back, okay, it would have been over because he lost. He had nothing left to fight for. He had nothing to defend. The fact that he's coming back this year, 21-2 after you were 21-0, means one of two things. Lesnar was a fluke, which they've built up as the exact opposite, or Bray Wyatt is on Lesnar's level, kayfabe wise, of power. Those are the only two ways you can equate it. Because you can't tell me that just because he lost one time to Lesnar means that the other 21 wins in a row were crap.
I hear you.
We can go back to my dream. We can go back to my dream booking. My dream booking before we even found out that Taker was going to show up this year. I'll say it again. And even though it happened, 20 years ago. So nobody's going to remember it unless they're real diehard career Taker fans. But you don't lose if you're the winner if the opponent gets DQ'd. And I still want Bray Wyatt to pull out a bottle of chloroform.
And just chloroform him? That's your dream booking?
He's got to start chloroforming people. That's what I want. He needs followers. He needs converts, and he needs to take over.
All right.
Well,
everybody else has done some dream booking, and you know what? God damn it. I'm going to fuck your brains right now, okay? There's only one way to do this right now. Only one way. And it's not a goddamn Buried Alive match. It's not, Bray Wyatt chloroform, that's fine, but not against goddamn Taker. We need WrestleMania to start. And we need to get to the Taker match. Preferably around halfway point, if not even right before the main event. And your best way to do Taker right now is to have Bray do his whole entrance. He does the rocking chair, he does his lantern, he comes out, he's ready. And as he's ready, the darkness hits, all of the acolytes appear, Taker's music is running, and they literally surround the arena with their torches and everything. Perfect Taker entrance like always. And then everything goes dark. The torches go out. And the lights come back on. And suddenly, the acolytes are all gone. No one's there. And the American Badass theme definitely has got to hit. No. Because the entire point of Bray Wyatt right now is that Taker is a goddamn man. He has lost the supernatural. So for you to do anything, Taker comes down on that goddamn bike. He pulls out the goddamn microphone and he cuts that goddamn promo like nothing. He is a goddamn man. And he's going to whoop your ass just like he knows he can.
No. That is ridiculous.
And there's nothing better to do with Taker at this point. Give the man a couple-month run. Let him do the American Badass thing. Fucking retire him. At Survivor Series, at SummerSlam, one of your big four before WrestleMania. Let him retire, let him win, and just have it be fun. People will be for it. Go for it.
I'm going to insert my little bit of fantasy booking here. My fantasy booking is that we have a seance at WrestleMania, including Bray Wyatt. So Bray Wyatt comes out, he does his seance, he summons The Undertaker to the ring. Not American Badass Taker. The Undertaker. The Undertaker defeats Bray Wyatt. Taker's got one more match in him. Then, Bray puts him down for good. I think that The Undertaker has to beat Bray, and then he has to lose the next WrestleMania to end it. I mean, I don't think that any of those guys want to go out on top. Every guy in the business always wants to go out. Well, they don't want to go out losing, but you want to go out putting someone over. So what better way to put over Bray than having it even? Taker gets a win, then Bray finally puts him down forever. That's my opinion on it.
I mean, our last two big retirements were Flair and Shawn, and they both went out on a loss.
That's how they're supposed to. That's the point.
Right. No one goes out winning.
You go out on your back.
The funny thing is both of them went out, and it didn't push anybody to the next level.
No, I agree, which the problem is that this was talked about a long time ago, and by that I mean a year ago, and then the year before that. The problem became with the streak was that there was no way you could physically put someone over without putting quite literally the weight of the wrestling world on their shoulders. No matter who it was. People were like, oh, let Daniel Bryan break the streak. All right, well, Daniel Bryan is now, at a minimum, become a 50-50 guy like Cena. Oh, let a new guy beat him. Last year it was Bray Wyatt in his first year. Well, Bray would have been probably your most capable candidate for the simple fact that he's never going to be super over face style, which nothing has an issue with that. You can't let a face go over him for the simple fact that if they do, they're instantly a heel. If you're facing Taker, you're no longer a face. You're a heel, no matter what happens.
I mean, in this day and age, you're really right, because it's harder to be a face against Taker than it is to be a face against Cena, even.
Yeah, because you're coming to face the guy who shows up once a year, who thousands and thousands of people flew to see.
The millions love the Taker. I mean, that's reality. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But we're talking WrestleMania. Ruff, what is your favorite Mania match with Taker?
I think I liked the drama that happened when the last time he went against Triple H, honestly. Like, I didn't expect to enjoy it because I knew it was going to be a long match. But it's like you had the HBK factor in it. And, I felt like both of them showed off their strengths.
My biggest hatred of that match is how many chair shots can we do to the back? I mean, am I the only one, Tiana? Did you enjoy that match?
Which one was that? I'm sorry, I was away.
That was Taker versus Triple H 3.
I love Triple
That's
H.
a no.
Can I just say that I love Triple H? I really do. But that's going to be a no for me. That's not one of my favorite Taker matches, to be honest.
At that point, it had been... they had been so played out against each other.
It was so boring. I was so over it. The whole pointing at the sign and silent, it was not good for me. No.
Triple H versus Taker 2 is... for me, maybe it is the most important match because, it's that match that I sat there wondering what the fuck was going on pretty much the entire goddamn thing. It was such an utter destruction of Taker, and there was no kip-up moment, and that's one of those things that's been lacking for a few years now. But the lack of a kip-up, it really felt like Triple H was trying to bury Undertaker that year. But I mean,
It was a good match, and I'm with you there. It was still as hard for me to take a Taker win that's on a Hell's Gate.
You hate the Hell's Gate?
I hate it when you're talking about the brutality of what happens in a WrestleMania match. Unless you're a submission specialist, I really don't like the idea of you winning by submission.
I mean, he'd been using it at that point for how many years? 4? 5?
I guess so. But I mean...
He'd been using it for a while because there was that whole thing between him and Edge about how they were banning the Hell's Gate.
That's okay and everything, but I'm like, you tell me what's going to look like you're putting the explanation point on it. A Hell's Gate or a Last Ride or a Tombstone.
I hear you, but I mean, I'm sticking to the point that the Golgoplata is a much better submission than the STF will ever be. I mean, Alex, thoughts on it?
I mean, the STF was... John Cena doesn't need a fucking submission, goddammit. Fuck off with that.
I mean, I understand, but my point remains, like, out of all of the submissions in the world, I mean, the Golgoplata is not a bad one to me.
There's a lot of really ugly ones, and it's not the ugliest. I'll put it that way.
I mean, it's one of the more realistics, I guess, is my thing.
Yeah.
It's a very MMA move, and
it's a lot more realistic than the STF or
their
the sharpshooter.
Not even that, or the figure 4 in itself.
No matter how many different ways you do it wrong, if you're the Miz.
For me, my favorite Taker match. Woo! Ric Flair was that fucking point, man. You had Ric Flair versus the goddamn Undertaker. And, in a lot of ways, it's his biggest fight at Mania ever. Because at that point, I mean, he'd been going strong minus Giant Gonzalez. He'd taken out Snuka, he'd taken out Roberts, he'd taken out King Kong Bundy. He took out Psycho Sid, Diesel, Bossman. He fought Kane. He had fought big fucking names. And after Ric Flair, he fought Big Show and A-Train. Like, shit me. And it stays kind of strong with Orton, but, like, the Henry match was weak. Batista and Edge were fine, but then, like, Shawn Michaels, Triple H again and again.
Actually, I like the Shawn Michaels matches with Undertaker. I can never
buy into that.
Really? At all?
My whole thing was the JBL thing, how it just kind of ended immediately, and all of a sudden Sean was like, "Yeah, Taker, calling you out, bro."
I don't know. Maybe I'm just I just prefer Shawn Michaels, but
What is your favorite WrestleMania match with Taker?
Shawn Michaels.
Which one?
I think it was the last one when they met. I think where, of course, the
The
Undertaker
retirement
won.
match?
I believe so. That was the one because I kind of teared up when Shawn Michaels left a little bit. It was sad. Yeah, I
We
think that's
didn't
when.
miss Lazy Eye Hickenbottom. We're glad he's gone.
Really?
Whoa,
I
bro.
thought it-
Whoa.
Oh, come on, thank you. Take it back a little bit, please. I really enjoyed that match. I think Shawn Michaels is an amazing performer. I think he had a couple more years left, maybe. No, dreaming. No,
I mean, I'm not gonna say that Shawn Michaels couldn't get back in that ring more than likely.
I think he could. One more match. One more match. One more. Match.
At this point in time, he could still do it, yes.
I mean, it's really funny because we always talk about the end of an era, and like,
Bro, you
His
really not
take-
going to ask me what the fuck my favorite WrestleMania match was with Taker?
I'm going to. Trust
Fucking
me.
cunt.
I'm going to. But I just wanted to bring up the point that, I mean, is it unlikely for Shawn Michaels to come back?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Because we still have Stone
Yes.
Cold saying he's got a match.
Dude,
Oh, Stone Cold.
there's a difference. Shawn Michaels is now a TV personality who loves his TV show, and all he does all day is hunt.
I mean, that's all the more reason, actually, for him to come back and have one more
No,
match.
because he doesn't want to wrestle anymore. That's the point.
Neither does Stone Cold. They both just like to hunt now.
Bullshit. I guarantee Stone Cold would come back and wrestle a match if his knees would let him. He's
Okay,
already
my
admitted
question
that.
is, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
My question is, who, if Stone Cold came back, I know this is deviating from the actual topic, but if Stone Cold did make a return, who would you like to see him face?
CM Punk.
I mean, I think we
Punk.
all wanted the Punk
I
match,
think
dude.
no. See, here's my thing. I think the only way CM Punk would ever come back to the WWE is if they said you can wrestle Stone Cold.
It would be the best feud ever. Like, literally, I just need them on TV for 3 months
Yeah.
talking shit to
Like,
each other
if they-
before they finally fight.
Like if they were both surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble or something. And I'm being serious here, man. Like this is how this shit can play out.
No, like dream booking, I understand.
Yeah, like they both are surprise entrants. One eliminates the other, and then the other drags the other out of the ring illegally afterwards. And they just go at it for 3 months before WrestleMania and just tee off on each other. Oh my god! And on the
You know, I don't
That
even
would be
think
nice.
you need one of them to drag the other one out. Honestly, I would literally have it so that they just eliminate each other at the exact same
yeah.
time.
that
Agreed.
would work. Anyway, it doesn't matter as long as Stone Cold versus CM Punk were to ever happen. Because
So, segueing on, because we're not going to hear Alex's favorite match.
you cunt.
Alex, go for it. Tell us.
Dude, it's Taker versus Orton. The legend versus the legend killer.
That match has a very sordid history behind it.
It was also one of the few times where it seemed like, what was he back then, like 11-0 or 12-0 or something like that?
1 second, I can tell you. I want to say it's around 12. It might be 13, though.
But
It's 13.
okay, well, that was one of the matches where it was believable where he could actually lose because Orton was a young up-and-comer and he had all the history in his family. Obviously, looking back on it now, he obviously didn't need that rub, but I mean, it would have been believable if they would have given him that rub. I think they honestly almost wish they would have let him break the streak back then. Because Taker could have been free from that fucking curse way back then.
Now, the thing about that match was it was not the Hell in a Cell, but it led into the Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
Where Bob Orton started bleeding all through the goddamn ring, and Taker was pissed. Taker was hella pissed about that one.
Yeah.
Because I believe Bob Orton is HIV positive?
Yikes.
He's got some... Hang on.
It might not be
Orton.
HIV.
Undertaker.
It's hepatitis C.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It's hep C.
Yeah, the blood can still. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, but like that was that thing that Taker was fucking furious about, and it's not cool.
It's not cool.
And you know, a lot of that actually came down to Johnny Ace, Johnny Laurinaitis, just not giving a shit.
When did he ever give a shit? That's the question.
That's a great question. So Taker's coming back this year. I mean, we're all pretty sure he. Is there a chance Taker won't show up? Let's segue to that. Tiana, go for it.
To actual WrestleMania, of course he'll show. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to see The Undertaker there. Whether he wins or loses, at this point, since the streak is over, I mean, the only way I can see him losing is by, benefiting Bray. And, the only way I see Bray losing is if he's going to defeat The Undertaker and bury him for good next WrestleMania. So,
Buried alive match might be possible, Mercer.
Buried alive match. Yeah, he's gonna show. Yeah, he's got to be there. I think they've already got him billed. So if he doesn't show up, then people are gonna be outraged. So he's got to show.
I hear you. Ruff, do you think he's gonna be there?
They wouldn't book it if they wouldn't put the booking and all the hype into the match if he wasn't going to show.
I hear you. Alex.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
My thing about it is, I mean, if he's going to be there, why not show him? If he's in that bad a shape that he's not going to be able to put on a proper match, why do this? There's definitely questions as to how they've been booking it, because they've been booking it like absolute shit.
Agreed.
This is a hard sell, but he's not in good shape, and I really hate that they're even trying to do one more after Lesnar. It should have really been the end. I'm with you there.
The thing is, at this point, Taker lost. It might have been for Brock Lesnar's best. It might have. I think we can agree on that by now. Paul Heyman running 21-1. If anything, it's proven. If anything's been proven in the last year, it's that when Paul Heyman opens his mouth and says something's going to happen, there's a good chance, no matter how smarky any of us feel we are, WWE might say, you know what? Fuck it. The man's a genius. And there's a chance Roman Reigns won't win this year. There's a chance Brock Lesnar will fix this problem he's having with Vince, and they will re-sign him, and he's going to carry on this streak. I think it seems likely.
I don't agree. Honestly, if what's his name? Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns doesn't win, then Seth is cashing in. That's the only other alternative I've seen. Some other things I've seen floating around is that the Shield reunites NWO style or some crap like that. But if Roman Reigns doesn't go over, Seth Rollins is cashing in, definitely.
The thing about that is Seth Rollins can cash in and win the belt and not ruin Lesnar's build right now.
That's
if they do it right.
I've said this before as well. The only way to take the belt off of Lesnar at this point is for Reigns to basically fight him almost on an even level to the point where he legitimately kayfabe does damage to Lesnar to make him very much weakened, like after the triple threat. How he was kind of hurt.
Yeah.
And after he beats Reigns for Rollins to cash in on him. And probably do some dirty shit before he hands over the briefcase.
No, and I mean, I see it as a possibility. But I mean, let's be real here. Does anybody really see Brock Lesnar in his current health and age going back to the UFC?
No.
No. He's got, I don't know if I'm getting this wrong, diverticulitis or something like that. So he can't, I don't think he's going back to the UFC. I see him, if the money's right, staying with the WWE, absolutely. Yeah.
Alex, you were strangely quiet there. Do you see it as a possibility?
Ruff, he talking to you, not me.
I'm talking to you, Alex. Ruff said no.
Oh.
Or did you say no?
I thought I said, wait.
I'm pretty sure Ruff said no.
No, I'm
Unless you're one hell of a ventriloquist.
I'm so confused now. How did I just confuse myself? Oh, this shit's too late. Oh, God, we need to wrap up the Kayfabe Gimmicks podcast.
We are wrapping up the Kayfabe Gimmicks podcast. You can find us on Facebook. But again, Alex, do you see him going to UFC?
Fuck no. Why else would Heyman be out there talking about the UFC, dude? He's already probably signed with the WWE and just hasn't said shit yet.
And that's the thing about the dirt sheets. Half of that crap, it's just so tiresome. As we wrap this episode up, though, I mean, we're going into WrestleMania. This has definitely been another big WrestleMania episode. We had a big Daniel Bryan episode last week.
Taker!
Taker tears! Undertaker tears!
I'm gonna use it to lubricate my dick while I fuck that ass, Todd.
That's really... Now I'm all turned on or something.
Yes! Rough you in?
Oh, don't... What? No, this bromance does not have
Yeah,
room for Ruff.
you're not invited, guys only.
It doesn't matter if you invite me or not. Someone's got to be running the camera.
Hey! Yahtzee!
Hey, Tiana's here. She can run the camera, bro.
No girl.
Hey, I'm in.
She likes to watch. Oh my god, you guys got me all sidetracked. Well played.
This has been the Kayfabe Gimmicks podcast.
No.
I don't want to do this anymore. I hurt.
I know, but I've got to. There's something interesting that did happen this week.
Oh,
we have legitimately pushed. We've destroyed the Authority. And there was a big dirt sheet thing about Owens and Balor and Hideo, whatever. Tommy coming in as the new Authority figures, and it seems really likely right now.
No.
You think the Authority's going to reunite?
I think they're going to use somebody other than Finn.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that same group, but I mean, I think we're definitely going to get...
we've talked about this before. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We mentioned how Kevin Owens has a perfect slot to just slide right up into basically mid-card / main event feuds on Raw. Because in NXT, his gimmick has just been that he's basically a prize fighter. He just wants to provide for his family. Okay, Triple H offered him a bunch of money. Okay, go beat the shit out of people, Kevin. Cool.
Okay.
Job's done.
I love that. Okay,
as long as they do right by him, I don't want to see another ascension happen to anyone.
They weren't that good. Fuck them.
Man, where did they go?
They gone. They're played out 90s Road Warriors gimmick is out. Peace, dude. Come back with a new gimmick.
You can see them in a month shopping to the Matadors on Superstars.
Yeah.
When they first appeared, I thought they were actually a legitimate reason, like a legitimate shot at taking out Taker in the streak. It was a great gimmick to take out the streak with, and then they became the Road Warriors.
Yeah, their gimmick, the whole thing kind of changed over time, because originally it was supposed to be like mystical down in NXT, and then it just kept forming towards the Road Warriors, and they got the shoulder pads and more Road Warrior and Road Warriors and Road Warriors. And
JBL not giving them any help on commentary. I hate the way. Ugh.
JBL's the best.
Oh, no.
That's how you bury talent.
Commentary. He's JBL's the worst. Okay, I'm not gonna talk.
No, man. Next time.
If you guys have me, I'd be happy.
We will definitely have you again, I think. It's been a great episode, guys. Again, we're Kayfabe Gimmicks on Facebook, Eviction ENT on YouTube. Cheap shout-outs, Ruff, go for it.
Real Ruff Lee on Twitter. I'll run it together as one word. You can find me doing things that upset my wife on a weekly basis.
I'm Real Snuva on Twitter. Matt's not here right now, but he always loves it when you look him up. So at Unclean Spitter,
Shout out to our
Call
porno
him-
coming out in 2 weeks, filmed by Tiana.
call Matt a bitch on Twitter, please. Or, leave a comment about how Matt's a bitch. Like, subscribe, the usual bullshit. But in general, I mean, we got a couple more weeks here going to Mania. And we're going to look back at Manias and talk about, some of the things we've really loved.
And hate.
And, exactly, and hate. And Alex is going to go masturbate to the Giant Gonzalez for the next, 6-7 hours?
Something like that.
Before he has a baby. So congratulate him. Or call him a bitch and say terrible things about his child, and he will hunt you down and kill you.
Probably true.
He is just like Jay and Silent Bob. He will figure out where you really live, and he will whoop the shit out of you.
Nah, man, Bug ain't here no more.
Oh, shit.
Oh, history.
Man, ask your brother about that one.
Yeah.
He can tell you all about it.
Yeah, we can close this shit down now on that note. I don't need nobody showing up at my house.
I mean, you were supposed to show up at people's houses and beat them, but I mean, somehow it turned into people showing up at your house. Are you putting your address on the porno?
Yeah.
Are you trying to make a sequel
How do
already?
you think I'm casting for number 3? I already filmed the sequel, bro. You don't even know. That night you were asleep and you woke up with a condom in your ass? Ooh, that was good night.
This has been Kayfabe Gimmicks, guys. We really appreciate you listening, and you have a great night, day, whenever you listen to us.
Bye, guys.
Tiana, thank you again.
Oh, thank you.